Last time on Fairy Tail Chapter 385, the Celestial Spirit King comes face to face against the Dark King, Gajeel. Seeing Lucy injured and in tears, the Celestial Spirit King vows on his contract and her determination to take down her enemies. Their fight commences as the Celestial King swings down his mighty blade, but Marte is not one to be taken down so easily as he reveals his curse ability, Thorns. He uses them to stab the Celestial King.
And yet, even though the thorns are going right through his body, he's not bleeding.
Well, there's no need to question about that, because he cuts the thorns and unleashes his Meteor Blade, which, holy crap!
Whoa! That was awesome! Celestial Spirit King's a badass! I just hope people aren't caught in the crossfire.
Well, judging from where Brute Scream crash landed, I'm pretty sure they aren't anywhere close to the town. Although from what it looks like, it seems that Marte was even able to dodge that massive attack. Meanwhile, Lucy is still mourning the loss over Aquarius. Jackal attempts to blow her up, but she is protected by a water sphere. It wasn't Aquarius' doing, it was the Celestial Spirit King who has given Lucy Aquarius' power.
Wait, stop. You mean to tell me that the Celestial Spirit King can give Celestial Spirit mages the powers from other Celestial Spirits?
Well, I'm guessing that only works if a golden key is destroyed. And on the plus side, Lucy has a new outfit.
Well, I guess that makes sense since the Celestial Spirit King is the ruler of the Celestial world. But what I don't understand is how come Lucy is not having any trouble against Jackal with Aquarius' power when even Aquarius herself in the previous chapter had a hard time keeping Jackal at bay?
I think it's got something to do with that injury she got from Torafusa, and she was preoccupied from protecting Lucy.
Alright, good answer. But can you tell me why hasn't Aquarius ever used her water manipulation ability to that certain extent? Most of the time she would just flood everything and everyone in it. So does this mean that Lucy is better at using Aquarius' power than Aquarius herself?
You have a lot of questions, don't you?
Yeah, I tend to do that. You know what, I won't question that anymore. Besides, Lucy was doing something really awesome in this chapter.
That I can agree with you, unlike a certain other main female protagonist.
Whoa, Nature-san, please. I know who you're talking about, but let's not bring that up again.
Okay, it's just that she pissed me off in that chapter. Now that Lucy has regained her determination and resolve, she finishes off Jackal with a technique that she used for the third time, Uranometria.
Hey, wait a minute! If she could use that against Jackal, why didn't she do that earlier when he was alive before?
I thought you said you weren't going to question this anymore.
No, I said I wasn't going to question Lucy using Aquarius' power. I didn't say about this. Furthermore, for a chapter called Celestial Spirit King versus Dark King, we don't have a lot of that. It was mostly Lucy kicking Jackal's ass. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just saying the title is very misleading.
You know, it sounds like you hate this chapter.
No, I actually like this chapter because Lucy was badass. We got to see Uranometria again, and plus Jackal is dead, and it's a good thing too because he was a fucking dumbass. The fight between the Celestial Spirit King and the Dark King was pretty cool, even though it was short. But I did like seeing Gajeel's curse ability, and the Celestial Spirit King was a badass. Now, the chapter did feel kinda short, but at least it was an enjoyable read.
Good points. Alright, I guess I can answer your question. The previous time, she had to use Gemini to increase her magic power to use Uranometria, so maybe back then, her magic power wasn't at its fullest potential in order to use that technique. So I'm guessing because of acquiring Aquarius' power, increase her magic power so that she can use Uranometria.
Huh, I guess that makes sense.
With Jackal out of the way, what will Lucy do to free the rest of the Fairy Tail members? Will the Celestial Spirit King defeat Gajeel the Demon King? Is Lucy's new power temporary or permanent? Find out in this week's chapter of Fairy Tail.
That was a very long recap.
Well, whose fault was that?
Shut up! Hey guys, LunarSpawn27 here, bringing you Fairy Tail Chapter 386, Galaxia Blade. So the chapter begins right where I left off. Jackal got taken down by Uranometria, and Lucy, using so much magic, has fallen to the ground exhausted. Now, I didn't mention this before, but when she obtained Aquarius' power, she had the zodiac symbol for Aquarius tattooed on her collarbone. So in this one panel where she was falling to the ground, you see the tattoo fading. So I'm guessing obtaining Aquarius' power was was just a one-time thing. So it has been confirmed that Jackal's magic power has disappeared, which means that Jackal is now dead. Serves him right. He was a dumbass. We cut back to the Dark King and the Celestial King duking it out still, and I gotta be honest here, Mardegail's Thorn curse ability, it's not all that's cracked up, to be honestly. I mean, compared to the freaking Celestial King, I think the Celestial King's power is way more badass than Mardegail's. So with Lucy exhausted and running out of magic power, it seems that the Celestial King's time is running out. So what he does is raise his sword and chants out, "Let the 88 constellations of the heavens shine now. Infinite starlight, Galaxia Blade." The clouds in the sky are wiped away, revealing the night sky. A massive pillar of light shines down upon the Tartaros headquarters remains. Marty assumed that the Celestial Spirit King conducted a full frontal attack and was willing to let the summoner become collateral damage. But after seeing that smirk on his face, Marty then realized the true intent of that attack. We cut back to Minerva, who was wondering what was going on with that light, and she looks behind her to see that Erza has been freed from Alegria. So these two will continue fighting again for the 4th or 5th time. I don't know, I stopped caring a long time ago. Minerva was very ecstatic and says, "Come and show me exactly what you're made of, my beloved Erza." I don't know why she called Erza her beloved, I just hope this isn't a Yuri thing. So it seems that all the fairy tale members have been freed from Alegria, all thanks to the Galaxia Blade. According to the Celestial King, the Galaxia Blade is the radiance of the stars, which is a pure offering which erodes away at the darkness. You know, considering what Hiromashima usually pulls, this being the way to free the rest of the fairy tale members from Alegria, it makes sense. I mean, this guy is the Celestial Spirit King. So he's going to leave Fairy Tale to take care of the rest of Tartarus as he returns to the Celestial Spirit world. Marty curses at the Celestial Spirit King, and then his body turns into stone. Apparently when the Celestial Spirit King said that the light was so pure it erodes away at the darkness, apparently this affected Marde, considering that he is the Demon King. But if this technique was supposed to erode away the darkness, then why isn't the rest of the Tartarus members affected? Does this mean that the rest of the Tartarus members have some sort of goodness inside them? Oh my god, I swear to god, if they get talk no jutsu by another Nakama friendship speech, I will lose it. Please, Hiromashima, don't let that happen. Well, anyway, it's either that or the Galaxia Blade intended to take down Marde. But if this is it from Marde, then for Demon King, he kinda sucks. I hope this isn't it because there's still the matter of End and Zareth and all that. So maybe this is a temporary thing. Maybe Marde will get himself out of it, or maybe someone will set him free. Maybe we will get to see End somehow. I mean, he did say, "Do you actually think you can stop Mardgeir?" Wait, his name was Mardgeir. I thought his name was Mardegail. God damn it! Why can't they stick an actual way of saying the names? God damn it! Moving on, he also said, "The malice for all humankind, don't you ever forget it." So from what he was saying, I think he will come back eventually. Somehow. Which I hope he does come back, because if this is it from the so-called Demon King, then he kinda sucks and it's a complete cop-out. Also, his fight with the Celestial Spirit King, I felt like it was cut short. But then again, I couldn't predict how it would turn out in the end. At least we got a couple of pages of some pretty cool fight scenes. But honestly, the Celestial Spirit King was way more badass than the Demon King. Anyway, we cut back to Torafusa, who was wondering what just happened and just what kind of magic that Lucy used, and decides to do what Jackal should have done, kill her immediately as he attempts to slit Lucy's throat with his arm blade. You know, it's great to know that Torafusa was going to actually do what Jackal should have done. My problem is, however, is why the hell did he leave and let Jackal do whatever the hell he wanted if he wanted to kill Lucy immediately? Was it because Jackal's curse ability was stronger than Torafusa's? Because if it wasn't, then that was a stupid thing that Torafusa had done, because if Torafusa was stronger than Jackal, he could have taken on Jackal, like pushed him aside and finished off Lucy, accomplishing their goal. Instead, he just walked away and let Jackal do whatever the hell he wanted, and because of that, well, this happened. Yeah, not only was Jackal a dumbass, but also the blame has to go to Torafusa as well. You know, when this arc started, I had high hopes that maybe, just maybe, Tartarus might be a great group of villains for Fairy Tail. But as this arc progresses even further, my hopes started to waver because some of the members of Tartarus are complete morons. You know what? Screw it. Moving on. So before Torafusa can accomplish killing Lucy, he gets intercepted by not Natsu, but Gajeel, which is great because it's been a while since we saw Gajeel. So the next sequence proceeds into a back and forth. One member of Fairy Tail gets attacked by another member of Tartarus, another member of Fairy Tail steps in and attacks, and then another Tartarus member attacks, back and forth, rinse and repeat. So in this case, Keith comes in with his black powder thing trying to attack Gajeel, but he gets saved by Juvia using a water nebula. Then Juvia gets attacked by Silver, saying, "How about I put you on ice?" Haha, ice puns. But then she gets saved by Gray with using his ice make magic. And judging from these two panels here, it seems that Gray and Silver know each other? Maybe? Anyway, next is Tempesta, who attacks Gray with fire. Wait. Since when can Tempesta use fire? Because in his previous body, he used wind. So can he use other elements too? Oh my god, is he the Avatar? But seriously though, can he use like other elements whenever he's in a new body or something? Or does his curse ability revolve around using all different elements? Well, anyway, Tempesta's fire was intercepted by Natsu, who ate it. He has no idea what just happened, but he knew that Lucy saved everyone, as they were all grateful to her. And the chapter ends with 4 of the remaining Tartarus members: Keith, Tempesta, Torafusa, and Silver facing off against Gray, Gajeel, Natsu, and Juvia. And then Natsu says, "I'm getting all fired up." Yeah. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 386. What did I think? Honestly, I thought this chapter was a pretty good one. I gotta give kudos to Lucy once again for defeating Jackal and summoning the Celestial Spirit King. The fight between the Celestial Spirit King and Dark King Mardgeir, it was kind of short, but some of the fight sequences were pretty good, and it was pretty badass seeing what the Celestial King can do. Mardgeir, on the other hand, I don't know, I'm not really that impressed with his Thorn's curse ability. It is interesting, but compared to the Celestial Spirit King, it kind of pales in comparison to him. As for him being petrified, I hope this isn't it for him because he's supposed to be the freaking Demon King, so maybe he will return somehow. I mean, there's still the matter with End and Zareth and all that, so hopefully he'll return. If not, then that's a total cop-out and the Demon King sucks. And I did like the fact that we got to see Gajeel, Juvia, Gray, and Natsu stepping in to save Lucy. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing these fights because, first of all, we haven't seen what Silver can really do. We know he has an ice curse ability, but is it stronger than Gray's? We don't know because those two are going to fight against each other. The next fight's going to be Gajeel versus Torafusa. That's going to be interesting considering that Torafusa has these arm blades, but I'm pretty sure Gajeel will pull through somehow. And hopefully we'll get to see more of that Iron Shadow Dragon Slayer mode. I really want to see that. Or if we're lucky, maybe, just maybe, he might awaken Dragon Force somehow, because out of all the Dragon Slayers that we've seen so far, I think Gajeel's the only one that we haven't seen in his Dragon Force mode. Natsu versus Tempesta. I think Natsu's gonna win this one, but then again, we don't know what Tempesta can really do, considering that he can use fire now, so I'm assuming he can use all the elements, that or he has an element for each different body. And Juvia versus Keith? I don't know how that fight's going to turn out, but I am interested in seeing what Keith can do since we don't know a lot about his curse ability. So overall, a pretty good chapter. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the fights go. Hopefully, this doesn't end in the bullshittiest way possible. Please, Hiro Mashima. So the next chapter will be part 3 of the Tartaros Arc, Father and Son. Wait. Father and Son? Oh my god! Silver really is Gray's father? Is that what it's going to be? God damn it, Hiro Mashima, if this is true, why the hell would you spoil it at the final page of this chapter? Or maybe, and here's something really crazy, what if Silver is Gray's son from the future? Actually, that'd be pretty funny. So tell me guys, what'd you think of this week's chapter of Fairy Tail? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts on Lucy now? And are you looking forward to the next upcoming fights? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe to more videos. And be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 386. I'm LunarSpawn27 and I will see you guys later. Bye!